Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Maitri, and I am the creator of Yothera Method. And I wanted to do a very quick video for you to just give you the very briefest highlights of what Yothera Method is, who it's for, and whether or not being a facilitator is right for you. So what led me here really quickly, I've been a mental health therapist for over 10 years. And in the last 4 years, I began to do a lot of my own searching for holistic modalities that really served me on all levels, all body, mind, and spirit levels that would really support me, not only as a therapist, but also just as an individual that was a seeker and seeking more for myself. And really just deep and lasting change. And what I was also noticing was my own clients were really wanting something more as well. And I was noticing a gap in the mental health system, the traditional therapy approaches that only really worked with the cognitive mind. And we're not really getting into the body, the intuition, or really the unconscious mind, which is 90% of where all of our wisdom is stored. And also the body is the translator of our unconscious mind. And so that's where all of our wisdom and intuition is stored. So we're not even really tapping into these deeper parts of ourselves. So through my own intuitive, following my own breadcrumbs, if you will, I went and I took a lot of personal trainings to add to my own tools to begin bringing more holistic approaches into therapy. And as I was doing this, I began getting a lot of referrals for embodied therapy, people that wanted something more than traditional therapy. I was also getting a lot of referrals from other practitioners that were not really feeling like they had the tools to work with certain clients in a way that would help them. And so I started really seeing a gap at that point when certain practitioners were just referring to me the people that they were unable to have the tools for. So that inspired me to create Yothera Method so that I could teach this method to others and really offer this as a transformational journey that you can go through. First as a human, just an individual, and second, if you want to become a facilitator and offer it to the people that you serve, that's part of this as well. So Yothera Method is a 3-phase inner alchemical journey that transforms the lead of your mind into the gold that lies within your body. And so the 3-phase process includes the mind, breaking down the mental constructs of the mind, and getting into the deeper unconscious programming and uncovering that so that you can change it. So you don't know that you're in the matrix unless you don't know you're in the matrix until you find out you're in the matrix. And so then you can get out. So that's really part of the phase 1 is the mind, and it's learning all the parts of the mind and breaking down ego structure, ego identity, looking at shadows. We use a lot of Carl Jung shadow work and archetypes. And then phase 2 moves us into embodiment. So all that breaking down that we did in phase 1, breaking down the mental constructs, that is simply the lead that we use as the fuel for going into phase 2. Phase 2, embodiment, not with an E, with an I, embodiment. I like to say that because it makes it very clear what we're doing. We're being in the body. There's all sorts of ways that we can be in the body, but the main way would be to start to understand how it communicates. It communicates through sensations and emotions. Also learning how it communicates to the unconscious. There's very specific ways that the unconscious speaks to us. And so it's important that we know how to decode it so that we can change it. So it's really working with yoga therapy techniques, breathwork techniques, learning heart math, the coherence, so heart coherence, and understanding the electromagnetic field of the heart and how that has such an impact on our transformation and healing, because it is directly affecting what comes into our life. And if we can become conscious creators from this state, then we are much more empowered and we are able to heal at a deeper level. And phase 3, I call the Elixir, because it's truly the unconditional love and compassion that we have gained from witnessing ourselves fully. So being seen is love. That's the Elixir. And we need to see ourselves first through new eyes, through as our essence, who we really are at our core, and love ourselves from that space. And then from there, we're able to love others unconditionally because we have new eyes. We can see not only ourselves with this new perspective, but we can also see others. So it takes separation out of the equation, and it allows us to reconnect with our wholeness. And that is part of the healing in phase 3. It's also sharing our new stories in a way that speaks to the whole person. So I've had people, express this new story of who they are and their true essence through many ways. Some people will express this new story or the essence of who they really are or always have been through music or singing or painting, dancing, or sometimes just creative writing. And then that is how they write their new story, is through creative writing. But however the participant chooses to do that, it's shared and witnessed in phase 3 as part of that healing. And so Yothera is for anyone. It really is for everyone. And I say that because what I mean by that is this can be translated through the lens of any practitioner's personal specialties. So I've had a lot of people say, well, I work with children, or I work with couples, or I do art therapy. I do, it's like wonderful, beautiful. That's what this is for, is you can use this as a practitioner in any way that really works for you and your style, your flavor. It's really opening up that creative expression for you as the practitioner as well. And so that's why I say it's for anyone. What I would say, though, is that the facilitator training, to become a facilitator, that is really for specific practitioners that are wanting to take individuals through a journey of transformation and have a certain level of training and credentials already that have, you've learned to hold space in a certain way. We do learn about that in the Yothera Method training, but you do need to already be in your profession, working as a clinical practitioner, or even a master's level, or even a master's level student that is wanting to graduate to go into private practice or to work with people in a certain way. But maybe you're somebody that, let's say you work in acute care or something, or this also works for you as well. You can again use this as something in your own style, in the way that is your specialty. So in that way, you are able to offer it in your own unique way. But for people that want to go through as facilitators, you must already be taking people through a process, whether you're a therapist or a coach, a holistic health coach, a yoga teacher, yoga therapist. That's just important. That's an important part of the process. And I do want a variety of people coming together, because we're building the integrative medical model. We are integrating all of our wisdom, Eastern, Western, all of it into one place, because one day I really believe we will all be working together in a very cohesive way. So there's one day I see the doctor and the Reiki practitioner working in the same office and collaborating, or the yoga teacher. And I know that's already happening, starting to really happen now, but this is really building into that. And so that's part of the vision of Yothera Method. So if you are interested, the 2021 cohort begins January 12th and it goes through December 23rd of 2021. And again, it's, the first step in that is you have to go through it. It's a 10-week group. You have to go through the 10-week group as a person, not a practitioner. You have to experience it for yourself. And that is part of being in integrity. It's practicing what we preach. It's understanding what you are asking your clients to go through. So going through it first to understand that, and also go through your own transformation, is essential for going into the second step, which is the 9-month facilitator training. And that will directly follow the 10-week program. So if you're interested, you can go to yothera.com/certification. That has all the details and dates and costs, and all of that is laid out there for you. You can just start with the 10-week program if you would like. If you don't want to commit to the full certification, that is fine. And so there is an option there that you can just go through the 10-week as a person and just experience Yothera Method for yourself, and then decide from there if you want to add it on. I will say, though, it's a much better deal financially if you want to just commit to the full certification, which includes the 10-week group and the 9-month facilitator training. So this is your personal invitation from me. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. You can find me on Instagram, which is Yothera_alchemy. And you can also email me at hello@yothera.com. And I hope to meet you on the journey.